Level B2, Lesson 3, Multimedia, Listening, Cancer Vaccine. Listen to the second part of the article. Vaccines could make such advances a thing of the past, and they could make cancer as preventable with a few jabs as measles. Could is the key word. Cancer vaccines are still being tested. Patients, doctors, and scientists know only too well that seemingly wondrous cancer therapies can flame out. But progress is accelerating. In 2010, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration approved the first ever tumor vaccine to treat prostate cancer. Scores of other vaccines are in the pipeline. Over the summer, researchers at the University of Pennsylvania unveiled what they call a cancer breakthrough 20 years in the making, a vaccine against chronic lymphocytic leukemia, CLL, that has brought about remissions after a year and counting, and which its inventors believe can be tweaked to attack lung cancer, ovarian cancer, myeloma, and melanoma. Vaccines against pancreatic and brain cancer are also being tested. For the first time, says Dices, who has a $7.9 million grant from the Pentagon to develop a preventive vaccine, clinical trials are demonstrating anti-tumor efficacy in numbers of patients with cancer, not just one or two unique individuals. First, some basics. By cancer vaccine, scientists mean something that will stimulate the immune system to attack malignant cells. The most direct route to that, studies suggest, is by injecting the very same molecules, called antigens, that stud the surface of a cancer cell much like Lady Gaga's hats. It may seem odd that our bodies would attack our own cells, but by tweaking the antigens, the immune system can be spurred into attacking the tumor. Such a vaccine could be therapeutic, wiping out tumors, or, in theory, preventive, keeping tumors from forming. Harnessing the immune system is completely counter to how cancer is now treated, largely by chemotherapy and radiation. Both can weaken the immune system, which is why some alternative practitioners advise against them. Following that advice can be fatal, but the importance of the immune system in fighting cancer is getting new respect from the nation's leading oncology researchers. It has also inspired a Hail Mary plan from a leading advocacy group. Last year, the National Breast Cancer Coalition launched the Artemis Project with the audacious aim of eliminating breast cancer by January 1st, 2020. Since the most likely way to accomplish that is through vaccines, says President Francisco, NBCC is awarding seed grants for research on, for instance, which antigens make good targets. NBCC has good timing. Research on breast cancer vaccines is exploding. Last week, the biotechnology firm Antigen Express Incorporated announced that 89% of patients who received its vaccine were alive after 22 months, compared with 72% of non-vaccinated women. The company hopes to get FDA approval for a Phase 3 trial in 2012. We think 75% of women with breast cancer could be candidates for the vaccine, says President Erich von Hoffe. Vaccines have the potential to revolutionize cancer treatment because their effects do not stop with existing tumors. Cancer is notorious for its craftiness, changing the biological pathways by which cells proliferate so much that the chemotherapies and even targeted molecular therapies soon stop working. Vaccines could match the cancer cells move for move. In women who received Dices vaccine, after T cells destroyed breast cancer cells, they gobble them up and spit them out. That floods the body with the antigens that adorn the cancer cells, stimulating the immune system to target the second wave of tumor antigens. This spreading immunity creates locked and loaded T cells that can destroy tumor cells years after vaccination, the same kind of lifelong immunity that, say, a smallpox vaccine confers. One final benefit of the cancer vaccine may explain why Shari Baker is alive. T cells never forget. Once the immune system has targeted a threat, be it cancer or smallpox, it keeps a reserve militia ready to attack should that threat return. In principle, that should confer immunity against breast cancer and possibly other cancers as well, forever.